343 have just dropped their mid-season update for Halo Infinite, and it's brought various weapon balance changes to the Disruptor, the Spike Grenades, the Dynamo Grenades, and a few other things. But undoubtedly the biggest change to this update is the changes they've made to the store. And FOMO has been massively reduced. Pretty much every store bundle from Season 1 and 2 for every core has returned. This includes Yoroi, Eagle Strike, the Mark 7 and Rikshasa. All of the bundles from those cores are back, with a few exceptions whether or not they will be purchasable in this upcoming season. Although if anything, that more so just applies to certain weapon coatings, because yeah, most of the weapon coatings and vehicle coatings are also back. Some noticeable exceptions that people will definitely be happy for are the Reach bundles. Hazop is back for 1000 credits, you can get the entire bundle for its reduced price. This bundle contains 9 items: the Tasman Hunter coating, the Hazop helmet, the CBRN Mark 55 helmet attachment, the Merc visor, the TSA prototype chest piece, the Hazop shoulders, the Type Haz knee pads, and the To the Front rare stance. And for 1000 credits, it's a pretty solid bundle. But the shoulder pad bundles for this core are also back, including the Operator Pack, which gives you the M1 combat knife, the Farndale helmet attachment, the Final Stand coating, and the Operator shoulder pads. This bundle's back for 700, and I do think that is on the pricier side. However, I think this is still pretty solid, and I know this is going to be another popular one, mostly for the shoulder pads. We also have the return of the SAP JJ shoulders, and their bundle costs 500 credits. In the bundle, you get the shoulders, the Scarlet Skies coating, and the Typhon helmet attachment for 500, definitely a solid option. And the SAP MT shoulders have also returned. Their bundle costs only 400 credits. You get the Falcon emblem, the Tragic Quintesset coating, and the SAP MT shoulder pads. This one might be a cop for me because I love how these shoulders look. As far as other coatings for the Mark 5B go, the Champion bundle and the Vermilion Wrath bundle are also both permanent, which means you have constant access to the Iron Man coating or the gold one. Both those bundles cost 1200. Moving away from the Mark 5B and looking at the Rikshasa core, pretty much all the big bundles for that are back too. However, because these were released in Season 2 where the price changes had sort of taken effect, most of these haven't been reduced, which is unfortunate, which means ULLR, which contains 13 items, still costs 1600 credits. I do think this is on the pricier side, but if you're curious, this bundle contains the ULLR helmet, the Rusty Armadillo coating, the Red Scan utility piece, the Interpres Receiver shoulder pads, the Abzug gloves, the ICU emblem, the Farlight helmet attachment, the Ruckamuk Hippo Tooth chest piece, and the Type HRP knee pads. I think 1.6k, especially when you look at Hazard for 1000 or some of the sets that were released in Season 2 that cost 1200, this is definitely on the pricier side, but it is still a decent armor set. Lakuza, another bundle for Rikshasa, which was released in the same season, is back for 1200 credits, and again this is permanent. You get the Lakuza helmet, the CBRN AML 2011 helmet attachment. You also get some gloves, the Boombox stance, the Fireteam Dagger emblem. You also get a chest piece and the Sunshine Pass coating. This one is definitely the better option out of the two as far as the pricing goes. It's 400 credits cheap and you do get pretty much the same amount of content. And to be honest, I do prefer the look of Lakuza, but it's not going to be to everyone's tastes. Locus is also back, this one costing 1100, so just 100 credits cheaper than Lakuza. You get the Locus helmet, the Project Enoch helmet attachment, the Raven Smoke coating. You also get some shoulder pads, and these are my favourite for the core. You also get a chest piece in this bundle, the Legendary Crossing emblem, and the Doisak Kiss wrist attachment. Overall, Locus is a solid one, although it does feel like there's a few things missing. I mean, the lack of a visor is understandable, as there's no visor on the helmet, but I do wish it came with a stance. Overall though, it's not a terrible deal. And the final main bundle for Rikshasa is definitely the Cambion bundle. This is back for its release price of 700 credits. You get the Cambion helmet, the 3 helmet attachments for it, and the Lucky Number 7 emblem. Honestly, I mean, the fact that it provides 3 different helmet attachments does give you a bit of choice. It's just a shame that none of the Rikshasa helmet attachments are sort of cross-compatible with the other helmets. But Cambion is basically War Master for the Rikshasa core, so if that's your sort of thing, if that's your cup of tea, then definitely pick this one up. Although, don't feel like you're in any sort of rush, because it's not going anywhere. The UA Sacrifice chest piece has also made its return. This is just the ODST chest piece for Rakshasa. It matches very well with Din's helmet. And also, if you did pick up the ODST coating when that was in the store, it does actually apply the coating to this chest piece too, which is definitely a nice little addition. We do also have another bundle for Rakshasa that comes with some armor pieces, which gives you the Shimmering Blush armor coating, the Demil Cat 3 shoulder pads. You also get a chest piece here, and a wrist attachment, as well as the Emerald Nightmare nameplate, vehicle emblem, weapon emblem, and armor emblem. For 800 credits, this one isn't really my cup of tea, to be honest. Not a massive fan of the shoulders or the coating, but this might be another one that some people want to pick up. I think all the other main stuff for Rakshasa is all in the Battle Pass, bar potentially some coatings, but I think that gets the main stuff out of the way. I did actually almost forget the Faded Jade bundle, which gives you the Faded Jade coating, the Ruckamuk Boonie Box chest piece, the Blood of Doisak visor, and the low value target emblem. And again, this one's a pretty solid one, although it is 600, which is arguably on the pricier side of things, especially in comparison to some of the other bundles, but I do like the coating, and I do love the Blood of Doisak visor. Obviously, I already mentioned the Champion bundle, and that does give you the Halcyon Days coating for Rakshasa too. Taking a look at Yoroi next, there's only really one main bundle for Yoroi, and that is the Con Mage set, which gives you the Thorn Diver stance, Sundown Smile armor coating, the Con Mage helmet, the Windblown Mask helmet attachment, the NG Iroh visor, the Bear Temple chest piece, the Crescent Moon knee pads, and the Crescent Moon shoulder pads. The bundle is back for its sale price of 1,200, and going forward that will obviously be its permanent price. I'm not a huge fan of Con Mage, if I'm being completely honest. At least I'm not a fan of the helmet. Love the coating though, and the other armor pieces are fine. And this means now, if you like Yoroi, you have permanent access to pretty much all the armor pieces. There is some other store ones that were released in bundles, like the Wet Crow bundle, which gives you the Wet Crow coating for Yoroi Mark 7 and Mark 5B, the Shadow Crow shoulder pads, the Sparrow Temple chest piece, which is my favourite for the core, and the Shadow Raven knee pads, alongside the House of Warriors nameplate. And obviously you get that as an emblem too for your vehicles, weapons, and armour. This one's back for 1,000, not a terrible deal. You get some pretty cool armour pieces for Yoroi, and a solid coating that you get on multiple cores. The final bundle that gives you armour for Yoroi is the 6th Gate bundle. With this you get the 6th Gate shoulder pads and the Noble Loyalty coating, which is basically George's coating but for Yoroi. It's back for 500 credits. I mean, you get some decent shoulder pads here. These are probably my favourite for the core, and a decent coating. I do feel like 500 is just a little over the top what I'd expect for something like this, again in comparison to some of the bundles we will be talking about for the Mark 7 specifically, but at least people now have multiple options for the Yoroi core. All the main coating bundles are back for it too, including the Expressive Soul one. This actually does give you the Imperial Crest helmet attachment for the default Yoroi helmet, the Mirror Tail stance, and the Black Opal weapon charm, so another solid bundle. And this has been reduced because I think when it released it was 1,000 credits, but now it's only 600. And if you like the default Yoroi helmet, this gives you a little bit something extra for it. It's the only helmet attachment for that helmet, so it's a pretty solid option. I have noticed the Ancient Flare coating isn't back. That one still says it's vaulted. Don't really know why. But I believe all the other Yoroi coatings that did release in prior seasons are now here, including Dustwind, which gives you Dustwind, and the Ocane visor. The Neon Superfly bundle is also permanently available. I won't go into detail with this one because we spoke about it recently, but it is there now. The Halcyon Days coating from the Champion bundle is also on Yoroi. The Imperial Court coating is now also permanent, and I love how this one looks. Honestly, it reminds me of something from Gears of War, and I don't know why. This one costs 600. You get the Imperial Court coating, the Battle Stance, and also the Warrior Skull nameplate, vehicle emblem, armor emblem, and weapon emblem. 600 is definitely pricey considering you just get a coating, a stance, and an emblem. This one should be cheaper. However, I do really like the coating. There was also a couple of coatings that were updated. This includes the Scarlet Empress coating, which can now be purchased, finally. This gives you the Scarlet Empress coating and the Wave visor. This is 500 credits. I think when it originally released, it was 700. And funnily enough, when it was originally released, this was just Cadet Red. But since they added Cadet Red and Cadet Blue to the core, these coatings have been updated. The other one is Untethered Wind, and this bundle is only 400, which gives you the Untethered Wind coating and the Koban visor. Personally, I do think Untethered Wind looks a little bit nicer than Scarlet Empress, but both of these are pretty solid, and it's cool to see them permanently available. And we haven't seen either of these since the original Yoroi event, so it's nice to have them back. The Eagle Strike stuff is all back too. Obviously, anything that was on the store, the event stuff doesn't count. I feel like I should make that clear. The Brody set is here for 1,400. You get the Brody helmet, the attachment for it, the Praetorian Zephyr armor coating, the Rat Pack shoulder pads, the Journeyman chest piece, which is pretty cool. You also get the rigged knee pads, the Graphite Soul visor, and an emblem, vehicle emblem, weapon emblem, nameplate. You know the drill at this point. 1.4k though for an armor set is definitely on the pricier side of things. Although it does get a little worse with the Lead Belcher armor set, which is 1,700, which I think is the most expensive armor set. This gives you the Lead Belcher helmet, the Hazard Zone coating, the Knee Shovel knee pads, the Grog Nards shoulder pads, the Cloud Jumper chest piece, the Twin Teeth utility piece. You also get the Spelunker Light helmet attachment, and the Citron Wind visor, as well as a nameplate, vehicle emblem, weapon emblem, armor emblem. But for 1.7k, I honestly don't recommend this one. It's a cool set. I mean, Lead Belcher is basically like World War II EOD. It is a cool set, don't get me wrong, but 1.7k is definitely quite pricey. Sky Marshal's back for 900. I mean, considering this was released the same season as Cambion, which gives you 3 helmet attachments, this just gives you the helmet, 1 attachment, and a rip-off version of the Estate Gold coating, this being Night Witch. This is 900 credits. Again, don't really recommend that one. But for just 200 credits less, you can get the M199X bundle, which gives you that helmet, the Nocturne Goggles helmet attachment, the Type 11 Defender shoulder pads, and the Dog Harness chest piece. This one's 700. This is probably your best value bundle as far as Eagle Strike goes. You get some cool armor pieces here, and it's not that expensive either. You can just buy 1,000 credits and get this one. Again though, these are all permanently available. I'm pretty sure all the coating bundles are also back for this core. That does include stuff like Liberty Clad, Grim Fortress, and the whole shebang. So if you're after some more coatings for Eagle Strike, you've once again got options. I won't go into as much detail with all the Eagle Strike ones. I don't think there's as many, but yeah, the coating bundles are back. Some of them are priced fairly, some of them aren't. If people would like me to, I could do a video talking about which bundles I think are the best value. But anyway, let's move on. The last armor core to talk about is the Mark 7, and this one definitely has the most to talk about. Again, pretty much every bundle from Season 1 or 2, every main armor set has returned. You can purchase it permanently. This includes Enigma, which is back for 600, the Enigma helmet, the Performer helmet attachment, the Mil-Spec Stack armor coating, and the Grayskull visor are back for 600 credits. I actually think when it returned during the Winter Update, it cost 1,000, so that has been reduced and is now the same price as ISR, which gives you the ISR helmet, the Elis helmet attachment, the DAC Ordnance Pack chest piece, which is my favourite for the core, and the Wooster Smoke coating. That is also 600 credits. Both of those pretty solid deals for the price. Firefall is also back, and it just costs 200 credits rather than 700 it was released at. So you literally get one of the best helmets for the core. Its helmet attachment is free. Everyone technically has that in their inventory anyway. You can buy that helmet for 200 credits, and it's now always here. The only Mark 7 bundles that aren't currently available permanently are Menachite and Security, as they were released this season, but I have a feeling next season they will be there permanently too. The most expensive bundle for the Mark 7 is definitely the Zvezda bundle as far as the main armor sets go. This is 1,500 credits, you get 9 items, the Bleach Bone coating, the Zvezda helmet, you get the attachment for Zvezda, the Interrupt visor, the V8 shoulder pads, which are easily some of the best for this core too. You also get a chest piece here, some knee pads, and the Stay Hydrated stance. For 1,500, definitely on the pricier side of things. I wouldn't recommend this over some of the other bundles as far as the pricing goes. But that being said, I do like the shoulder pads, and the Bleach Bone coating is also pretty cool. However, when you can get War Master for 1,200, I definitely would recommend that instead. War Master gives you the War Master helmet, the Blue Ash armor coating, the Trail Watch attachment, which can be used on multiple helmets by the way, not just War Master. It can be used on Firefall, it can be used on Deadeye, it can be used on Menachite. Overall, I love this helmet attachment because it's quite versatile. It's not on every helmet, but it does give you a few options, and on the new ones like Menachite and Deadeye, it looks perfect. You also get the Ordnance Pack chest piece here, the Chaka shoulder pads, which are also pretty nice. You also get the Project Step Sweep wrist attachment, the Flex Point gloves, and the Fireteam Grizzly emblem. This one is definitely a better deal than Zvezda if you ask me. Stormfall is back too. Here you get the Limed Ash armor coating, the Stormfall helmet, the Gungnir mod helmet attachment, the Hemi Sion gloves, the Malachit plate chest piece, the Gordius shoulder pads, the Type MR knee pads, and the Patrol Formation stance. Highcom Sentinel is also back. The bundle is back for 1,000 credits, which it was released at that price. You get the Highcom Sentinel shoulders, the Crystal gloves, the Step and Razor stance, the Violet gunpowder coating, the Heroic Intervention visor, and the Pioneer Group Zeta emblem. I know this is another one that I've had a few comments about people wanting to return, so it's cool to see that back too. The other returning armor sets for the Mark 7, Soldier, Anubis, and Sealox. I don't think I'm missing any. I do think that is every armor set for the Mark 7. Those 3 bundles all cost 1,200 credits. I know Soldier did come back for 700 at one point during the winter update, but I'm not surprised that its permanent price is 1.2k. Overall, again, these 3 are solid armor sets. For those curious, some of the smaller bundles that contain armor for the Mark 7 are also back, including the one that gives you the Relict Curious chest piece. I know I pronounced that one wrong, but that bundle's back for 600 credits. You get the George Weapon Charm, you get that chest piece, the Grenadier nameplate, and the Dogplate Windshield armor for the Warthog. For 600 credits, I think it's been reduced. I think it was released at 1,000, so that's coming down by 400 credits. Not a terrible bundle, but could be better. The bundle containing the Clonely Bear chest piece is also back. This actually gives you 2 chest pieces, as you also get the Petal Metal chest piece, the Flower Power Helmet attachment, the Thumper Weapon Charm, and the Remembrance backdrop. This is back for 500, which is pretty cool. The Pineapple chest piece in that bundle is back for 400. The Knife chest piece is also back for the Mark 7, and this costs 600. It gives you the Knife chest piece and the Knife utility piece, as well as the Stainless emblem. And also, yes, some of the smaller bundles containing shoulder pads are back. You can buy the Farah shoulder pads still for just 75 credits, and I definitely recommend those. The Al Air shoulder pads and their bundle are back for 600. This one is definitely on the pricey side again. It gives you the Malmok Shore coating, the unique Type 1 utility piece, and those shoulder pads for 600. I do think when it comes to this one, it is worth taking into consideration. There's that Eagle Strike bundle for just 700, but still you get some cool pieces here. I'm very happy about the return of the Castus shoulder pads, as they are back for 500 alongside the Scarlet Weight coating and the unique Type 2 utility piece. The Fornus shoulder pads are also back. Their bundle costs 500, and this comes with the Fascinator helmet attachment, which means I can finally steal Halo Box Studios drip. You also get the Raffia wood coating, which is another pretty cool one. The Hampus shoulders are also here too. Again, 500 credits. You also get the Sandrift Gully coating and the facelift attachment. The Theocles shoulders are here too. These come alongside the complimentary Poppy coating. This also costs 500. I do recommend the other ones more that come with helmet attachments, as they just are better for value as they come with more things. Next up, the Velus shoulder pads are here too. They also come with the Hexen Slate coating and the Greenhorn emblem. The Vornis shoulders aren't back though, although I actually don't remember when they released. I thought they were a part of the Season 2 Battle Pass or something, but I could be wrong. Oh, and yes, before I forget, the cat ears are permanent too. Their bundle's been reduced to 700. You get the Faded Blush coating, the Tabby Charm, and the Cat Charm. The Calling Card helmet attachment is also back, and this bundle only costs 300 credits. You get that emblem, you get the Elite Control Weapon Charm, and the Perfect Putter emblem. The helmet attachment, I do believe, is definitely a reference to Forge from Halo Wars. The description for the item is also Forging Ahead. I think it's supposed to be the card that he has on one of his shoulder pads, if I remember correctly, but for 300 credits, definitely a solid option. I think that summarizes all of the main things for the Mark 7. The only things that are really left to talk about are some of the weapon models and weapon coatings and vehicle coatings. Some of those aren't purchasable, like Golden Eagle, Dragon Bark, and the Barrel Shroud, as they have all been dailies this season and will probably return as dailies again at some point during the season. However, the Shinobi wrap can be purchased in its bundle for 400 credits with the Lilac Steel coating, the Shuriken Rare Charm, and the Sakura backdrop. Unfortunately, Strong Iris and Atomic Flint can't be purchased in their bundle anymore, and the only option is to buy them separately for each weapon. Some other weapon coatings are back now though, like some of the ones released during Eagle Strike, and a few others that are pretty cool, like Woodland Tradewinds. That bundle is back for 500 and even includes the honeycomb wheels for the Warthog. That's a pretty solid one. However, you only get that coating for the assault rifle, as the rest of the coatings are actually for vehicles. Woodland Mystic is back though, and this one's also cool. You get it for the sniper, the spanker, and the assault rifle, alongside the pretty cool weapon charm, and this one costs 400. Deep Core Red's bundle isn't back, which is disappointing. Neither is Praetorian Zephyr, but this isn't really that unexpected. Your 8 Noon and Your 8 Midnight are both back. Their bundles cost 600. For both of those, you get the coating for the AR and a few vehicles. The Glasshound weapon coating set is back. You get the Glasshound coating for 4 weapons: the Sidekick, the Assault Rifle, the Battle Rifle, the Commando, and the Far Horizon Stance. This one costs 500. The only permanently available weapon model for the Sidekick is the Tactical Amp one. This also comes with Lilac Steel coating for the weapon, the Agent 117 Stance, and the Big Sur armor coating for the Mark 7 core. The other 2 weapon models for the Sidekick will likely be released in bundles this season, so they aren't permanent right now. And the only permanent weapon model for the battle rifle is the Orochi's Breath one, the Dragon Head. This comes back with its bundle, which includes the Crimson Skied weapon coatings, and I believe you get this for every weapon except the Bandit. This bundle costs 600, and that's not too bad of a deal, especially considering the weapon model is actually quite cool. That sums up all the main weapon stuff. As far as vehicles go, I do think this is where things definitely aren't as interesting. But if you are curious, pretty much every vehicle model for the Warthog is back. All of their bundles are, except one, and I think that's because the other one was actually a Twitch drop. And I think all of these models can actually be used on the Rocket Hog, with some being usable on the Razorback too. And I'm definitely not going to go into detail as far as the vehicle coatings go, but there is a few cool ones that are back that you can get for the other vehicles. Most of the AI colours, if not all of them, are also back. You can purchase those if there's any of those that you want. And the Mr. Chief bundle is also now permanent, only costing 800 rather than the 2000 it was released at, and rather than its sale price of 1000 during the winter update. There is also various stances, backdrops, emblems that are also permanently available now, which is really cool to see. There is a few other things I'm not going to go super into detail with, but there is various mythic effect sets and armor effects that have also returned, such as the Verglass Dream mythic effect set. That bundle is back, that gives you all the ice effects. Perfect Sector is back, and a few others. I think the only one that isn't, that was a store one, is Fiesta Fury, which was released during the winter update, although because that's an anniversary one, I'm not too surprised there. Perfect Circle is permanent for 500 credits. You can get things like the bunny ears now, permanently. Some of the kill effects are back, but some haven't returned, like the Perfect Decomplimation kill effect, but I actually don't remember when that one released either. And I think that does sum up everything I want to go over here. There is more than likely some cool things that I have missed, but this video is now getting to about 20 minutes long, which is a lot longer than I expected it to be. But I mean, this update has definitely brought some cool stuff back, which is so cool to see. It's nice that these things are permanently purchasable. I imagine that's going to be very beneficial to 343, and I know a lot of fans are going to be happy about it regardless. There are so many bundles that I've wanted for so long that I can now get whenever I want. I don't feel like I need to rush to get them, or else I might miss out on them. The only ones it really applies to is some of the newer ones that have released this season. But this is also going to be very beneficial to newer players. If you like the Yuri or Eagle Strike core but missed out on those events, well, now you can actually buy some stuff for it, which will make your core stand out. It is a shame we can't buy these items individually and have to purchase their bundles, but with so many of them having price reductions, I'm honestly not that annoyed about it. Anyway, let me know if there's any things that you will be buying. I hope that this video has been insightful in some of the stuff that is now back. I have dragged it out much longer than it needs to be, and I do apologise for that. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.